Hey guys, it's Nate Coomer again, physical therapist with Daily Dose PD. I'm glad you guys are watching this series on Amplitude, and I hope we're giving you some good ideas on exercises that reinforce big movement. So again, we're trying to use amplitude or big size of movement to move better and with better quality throughout the day. One of the areas that a lot of people don't think about using amplitude with is getting around in the bed. We take it for granted until it becomes difficult for us. But if you think about it, getting around in the bed can be one of the hardest things because those are the times in the middle of the night where we haven't had our medications. Maybe we're more rigid than we are during the middle of the day when we're moving regularly. And we're a little bit blurry because you've been sleeping. So you never want to have trouble getting out of the bed in the middle of the night when you really need to. And so we practice getting around in the bed very often in our clinic and on our videos on Daily Dose so that we keep that mobility up and never have trouble while we're in bed. So we're going to practice a couple movements today that have to do with rolling and give you some ideas on how you can vary them to make them harder or easier at home. All right? So we're going to go ahead and get down to the ground. I'm going to use a chair to get there. We can hold on to the chair for safety, and I have a yoga mat underneath me, so if you have something soft that you can lay down on the ground with, that'd be great. If you want to use the bed, that's perfect. That's another functional area, and if it's easier for you to get on and off the bed, go ahead and do so. If you need a pillow, go ahead and grab one. But we're going to come down onto our hands and knees, and from there, we're going to turn around on our back. That's an exercise in itself for a lot of people, so getting around on the ground is a lot harder than it looks, and using size and trying to move bigger than you think is necessary is really important. So once we're down on the ground, we're going to stretch our hands out. We're going to keep our knees bent. Like I said, we're going to work on rolling. Rolling is important because we have to be able to reposition ourselves at night. Rolling to the edge of the bed is something we do often to get out of bed or into bed. We roll back onto our back. And sometimes, if you don't make a big enough movement, you end up getting stuck. So the first thing, the easiest exercise is to keep our knees bent, arms outstretched. I'm going to roll toward you guys using my hand as a guide. I'm trying to paint the ceiling as I roll across, making that movement bigger than I think is necessary and kind of leading the way with the rest of my body following behind. We're going to go to the other side as big and fast as we can. Big roll across, and if you're doing it well, you're going to feel your abdominals working for you as well. My left hand is coming across to my right. Big roll and back. Over to the other side. Roll back. Let's do one more. Big roll around. Remember, you're trying to paint the sky with that hand, arching back across all the way together. And to the other side. Big roll and back. So, simple movement, but you're reminding yourself of how well you can roll and how easily you can get from one side to the other. Now let's make it a little harder by extending our knees all the way out. So our knees are fully extended now like we would probably be if we woke up in the middle of the night and had to get out of bed. And we're going to roll all the way across, again, using our momentum, force, and size. So we're thinking about big force, big size as we go. Let's go ahead and roll toward you. 1, 2, 3. Big roll all the way, get some momentum, and now we're going to push off and come all the way back. Over to the other side, big roll, push off, come all the way back. One more time, big roll, push off, all the way back, big roll, back. So that's one advancement with the legs straight. The other area you can add on and make it a little bit harder is to come up onto a propped elbow. So as I roll, coming all the way up onto my forearm takes a little more size, and it's much more functional if you think about reaching to hit the snooze alarm on the alarm clock, or maybe you reach to grab a drink of water or turn off the light at night, grab the book on the night shelf. These are the nightstand. These are really important things that we don't necessarily always think about and may take for granted. So we're going to try to come up onto the elbow this time. Big roll, thinking larger than we think is necessary to get this movement completed. We're going to paint the sky with our arm, remember, in 3, 2, 1. Big roll and transitioning right up onto the elbow and then back down. Let's go to the other side. Big roll. Back down. One more time. Big roll and reach. Use all the effort you can. Remember, this is effortful movement. And over to the other side. Good. Come back. Okay. So, we just gave you some good ideas of how to use rolling as an amplitude-based exercise at home. You could complete that exercise by doing multiple repetitions of it. 10 rolls with your knees bent, 10 rolls with your knees extended, 10 rolls coming up onto your elbow or forearm, or any mix of the three. It's a really functional task. It really makes a lot of functional carryover in real life. So you'll realize that you start to think about how you're moving in bed a little bit more often than you used to when you start practicing these things in your exercise routine. Okay, I hope this helped. Think about how you can move differently, even in the bed. There's a lot of functional carryover, like I said, for amplitude training. I hope you like this series on amplitude training. If you want more of what you're seeing, go ahead and click the link below, and I hope you can join in the Daily Dose and get your workouts from wherever you are, okay? Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.